Hi, it's Dominique. So now I'm at the point where I'm putting my pages onto my book. So if you have watched part A, this is part B of how to assemble the pages for the easiest pages in the world. So here I made two, and they're pretty thick, as you can see. Pretty thick here. This one is thick here, and I've got a thicker one in the center. So what I did is I piled them up, and I folded my album, and then I checked how it was in here. As you can see, you have to leave some room for the pictures, but it was quite a bit loose here. So I didn't want to add a third book because it's really wide. So what I did is I said, well, I can add one that's really thin. So I made it just 1/8 of an inch. I should have made it 1/4 inch, but it's still good. Maybe I can redo it's just pages that I've glued on each side so they can put extra photos. So anyways, it's 1/8 of an inch. So what you do is you put them where you want to have them. You have to have matted everything. Like this one I haven't matted, was just 2 sheets of cardstock, so it's not that much. So I'm going to put this one here and this one here so that this don't rub on this, okay? So it's going to stay there when we open the book, because this is going to be glued onto this spine here. So I put them here, okay? Now I close everything, and what I do is I go like this. I'm gonna make a mark on the paper where my books, my pages are. So they have to be pretty straight. Like you want this to go like vertical. Let's push them a little bit more here. Okay, so you can see they're here. So this one right here, I'm gonna just tilt a little bit on the side, and this is where it's gonna be going. So I'm gonna put a mark here in the center of that gusset that we're going to glue on. So if it's 1/4 inch, it's going to be 1/8 inch. If it's this one's 3/8, it's going to be right in the center. This one there. So you do that. You can do the same on the other side. But the best thing is to have them perpendicular, or parallel one another. So you just push them. You make sure they're kind of straight, so you know exactly where this page is going to go. Right here. This one right here, this one right here. But what we're going to do is we're going to take for sure these here, and we're just going to make sure that everything is parallel to the book, the edge of the book. So then I start with the first one. So I'm going to put the glue right here. So you have to make sure you're on the right one. This is the center gusset. Okay, you put a little bit here. And then you will go on the first line. So you have to have the center here, and then parallel to the rest of the book. So what you can do is you can measure here and here, but I'm gonna trust my eye and make it probably very parallel here. And you have to center. If you have it a little bit here, you'll have a little bit here too. So you just make sure that it stays there for a few seconds, and then when it's stable, can open it really slowly and just press. Check. It's all nice and there. I'm just going to wait a little bit more. Press on that. I do not recommend you use core tape for that because there will be tension and it won't stay. So you have to use wet glue for sure. So I have to wait until this is really set before I go to the next page, because if it comes off, then I have to start everything over again. So that's one page, and you see how they lean on one another. That's the whole point of making those gussets on the sides. Yeah, by the way, I wanted to show you because when I made the part A, it got blurred. I hope it doesn't get blurred this time. So I want to show you the base of the pages. So you have whatever width you want here, and you have 3 gussets of whatever width you want. If you want to make smaller interactions, you're going to have maybe 3/8. Here I got, measure, got almost a little bit less than 1/2 inch. Yeah, I got 1, 2, I got 3/8. Here I got a little bit more. You can get 1/4, 3/8, half, whatever. Okay, so here I got that. So as I was saying, if you have a 12 by 12, you just write where your 6-inch is, and you're going to make a little line on each side of that 6-inch, depending on the width you want to do, and then 2 more lines, score lines, and then this is going to be the width of your page. And you do not glue anything on those gussets. They have to be free. Okay, and here, because I had I didn't have any 12 by 12, so I used a 8.5 by 11, and I just had this piece go all the way to here. This is with 2 gussets, and this page here to the 2 gussets, and I just glued the last gussets together, so they're glued together. So then I get wider sheets, wider pages. So you can do whatever size you want when you do that way. Okay, so this is set. Now I'm going to do the next one, which is the tiny one here. Oops, got some glue coming off here. I'll go like this, make sure it's nice and even, because it's so thin, narrow. So this one's going to go in the center right here. That way, there's no up and down on this one, so I'm going to go this way. It's right on the line right here and here, and the same distance from this side and this side, the edge. So you have to make sure it's aligned and centered. This one's correct here. So you do that one. Redo this one. I think it's not straight. Sometimes with the interactions they have more here than here, so I'll check after it's all done to see if it's straight. If not, I can tear it off and redo it. So this one is the second one. Remove the glue if there's any. It's too many. That's the hard part. The pages to make are easy, but putting them on, that's the hardest part. Okay, it's pretty good. And this one here, it's gonna go on this line right there. Put the glue here on the center one. Make sure you have the right one. Double check. Center that, and then it has to be perpendicular. I think I'm going to go that way. Make sure your pages are upright. Here, here. This is good. Just holding the center and checking to see if everything is perpendicular. Looks right to me. So that's how you do it. Have to wait a little bit, make sure it's nice and dry. And you can check, closing your book. So you see, they're all good. This one here is not good. So that's the way you do it. That's it. This middle one here is not centered, so I have to redo it. It's not centered. Can have a hard time. I'm doing all that on the video just to show you what problems you can have and how to settle them. It was just a little crooked, so I want to redo that parallel. It was good. Just the on each side was too much on the bottom. I could have not matted this and then just mat it after, but I didn't have much fabric here, so I decided to mat it anyways. That's good. And if you goofed and you have some marks there, you can remat the spaces between the pages. It's okay if you have another one on top, like another layer of paper on top. It's okay. And I'm probably going to mat all those little gussets there. All of them will be matted. So that's good. This will be matted, so there's glue, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get rid of it. So that's it. It's done. Yeah, it's better now. That's how you have your book. In here. So that's it. So if you have any questions, just write in the comment box and I can explain to you or really make a little video if I need to. And just let me know how you like the technique. If you're going to use it again, just write a comment. And then thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can do so right now. There's more videos coming, more tutorials coming. And oh, I've got glue here. Look at this. So that you can learn more and more and more. So thank you for watching. Bye-bye.